Hi, I'm Daisy, the founder of The Proposers, and today I'm here with the lovely Steph from Purely Diamonds to learn about the 4 C's. And the reason why we're here is because loads of my clients come to me and they say, right, I want to buy an engagement ring, I have no clue what the 4 C's mean, but they know they need to learn it. It's a bit of a minefield. Can you explain it to us?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so 4 things you need to consider. You've got the clarity of the diamond, the cut of the diamond, the carat weight of the diamond, and the colour. Right. Okay, let's start with clarity. Okay. So, all diamonds have imperfections unless they're completely flawless. If they're completely flawless, they're often referred to as IF, which means internally flawless, okay? Now, I won't bore you with all the grades in between, but basically all you need to know is anything up to an SI2 grading, which means slightly included, is perfect to the naked eye. Okay, so that means to our untrained eye, you won't be able to see any imperfections. So as far as you're concerned, as far as I'm concerned, it is a flawless diamond, even though it's actually not. Okay? Anything lower than that and you will see visible imperfections. Now, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but in terms of value for money, I think, you know, if you're going to invest in something like this and it's a lifelong purchase, it's good to have something which looks flawless to at least your naked eye. Yeah. I think you'd agree.
Yeah, I know, I totally agree. I'd want it to look the best it can look.
Okay, so that's clarity. So the cut is often mistaken for the shape of the stone. The cut is literally to do with how well the diamond is cut. So for example, if a diamond is cut too shallow, when the light enters the table surface, which is the top of the stone, and enters the pavilion, rather than reflecting from side to side and coming back out again, it will just stay in the centre, so it doesn't give off any brilliance. Right. So it's really important to have the right proportions and to have, well, personally I think, at least a minimum of a good or a very good cut, because anything lower than that isn't going to sparkle in the same way.
Okay, and what is brilliance? Is that just
brilliance? So brilliance is just another word for sparkle.
Okay.
Then we have the carat weight. The carat weight is the physical size of the diamond. You will pay a premium for having half a carat, so 0.5, and you'll also pay a premium for having a carat. Okay. So if you want to be clever, try and source something around about the 0.95 mark. Yeah. They are hard to come by, but you will end up paying quite a lot less.
Right. Are they hard to come by because everybody wants them?
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Okay. And they don't cut that many because otherwise, you know, nobody would ever sell carats, would they?
Oh right, yeah, of course.
But likewise, I think a lot of women do like the fact that they have, you know, a 1 carat solitaire on their finger. So that's that. And then lastly, we have the colour. Okay. So the best diamond would be a completely colourless diamond. This would be colour D. So you have D, E and F, which are all in the bracket of colourless. And then you have the next bracket down, which is near colourless. There's nothing wrong with near colourless. Near colourless will look perfectly white, but I personally wouldn't go any lower than a grade H. Okay. Reason being, you can start to see a slight yellowy tinge to the stone. And again, going back to the clarity and imperfections and the colour of the stone, I think if you're going to invest into a lifelong purchase like this, you know, you want a white stone. When we talk about, you know, the whiteness of the stone, I'm not referring to the actual colour, as in a white diamond, a yellow diamond. I mean just the actual colourless effect that the diamond has. So lots of shops will supply, you know, sort of lower than level H. But we actually
but then it's just going to look dirty then, isn't it? If it's
it can, yeah. I mean, you do get sort of a yellowy browny tinge, but then some people, you know, they want the biggest diamond they can possibly have, so they're happy to compromise on, you know, a not so white stone but a bigger stone. Personally, I'd rather have a smaller stone and a colourless diamond, but everyone's different, aren't they? And then you've got shape. Okay. So I've got a few examples here to show you of different rings, just to explain each one. Okay, now I'm sure you know what this is, as you have one on your finger, but that's the round brilliant cut diamond, which is the most popular. It's very classic, timeless diamond. It's also the most sparkly. It has the most brilliance to it because of the way it's cut, so also more popular for that reason.
I think most of my friends have this type of ring.
Yeah, so most of mine do as well. No, I think if you're stuck, then round cut is always a safe bet. Yeah. Okay, and then we have princess cut, which is this one here. Okay. So again, very popular. It is more contemporary. So if you want something a bit more modern, yeah, okay. Princess cut is square. Right. So not quite as sparkly, but still.
Why isn't it as sparkly? Because of the cut?
Yeah, just because of the way it's cut. It doesn't have the same number of facets. Okay. And then another example here would be a marquee cut. So this is more unusual. You won't see as many of those. Obviously that's a cluster as well. So you've got the surrounding stones, but the marquee cut I'd say is a bit more sort of vintagey.
It looks quite vintage. So is it a lot more money then for the small, because I see quite often, and I've got it myself, where there's a big diamond and then there's lots of diamonds around it. Is it a lot more money for that? Or is it cheaper because they're small?
Yeah, the main cost is in the main central diamond. A lot of people have that because it does sort of accentuate the central stone. It does make it look bigger. So particularly from afar, you know, sometimes it can look a lot bigger than it actually is.
Yeah.
And also it adds sparkle to it, which there's nothing wrong with. So
more diamonds the better.
That's a good one to go for. The other one that I have here is a pear cut. So not too dissimilar to the marquee. Sort of looks like a teardrop. That's really nice as well because it does, well, similar to the marquee, it does elongate your finger. So if you want your finger to look as slender as possible, there's something like that. It's nice. You know, some women are conscious of their hands. They might think they've got particularly big hands, so something like that is always a good one to go for. It does make it look sort of more slender.
It's really pretty actually. It's quite a girly ring.
Yeah, and it's just a bit more unusual. And then we've got the emerald cut here, which isn't as sparkly. You can sort of see, it's very clean cut, you can see right through it. I'd say again, if you want sort of a vintage sort of ring, something a bit more antique-y, then that's quite a good one to go for. And also just a bit different, you know, some people don't want to be the same as everybody else.
Yeah, so that's good. So is there only 5 types then?
No, there's a couple of others as well. There's radiant cuts. But they're sort of the main ones that we tend to get asked for.
Okay. So I've learnt lots today and I hope you guys have too. If you want any more information about the 4Cs, buying a ring or arranging a proposal, let us know. Thanks for tuning in.